You guys, I totally forgot to film Adam making the apple cider beef stew. Like, I totally forgot. That's where my brain is. But here it is, done in the crock pot, and we've already been eating out of it. So I will screenshot or take a picture of the recipe out of the cookbook I got it from. Because we only had a little bit of stew meat this time, we changed it up where we added some, I think, would you add 2 potatoes? We added like 4 potatoes because we only had a little bit of stew meat. And I didn't have any of the frozen mixed veggies left, but I had some of the mixed with the whole baby carrots, the green beans, and the yellow wax beans, the frozen ones. So that's the only thing we changed. Everything else is the same. I mean, really, you can add any vegetable you want, but it's the apple cider in this that I think just, and the tomato sauce that makes it so good. And we just made some biscuits with it. Ooh, they're done. Hi guys, welcome back to the Home Life with Rebecca. So sorry about not filming the apple cider beef stew. Oh, I don't know where my mind is these days. But like I said, I'll post what's happening here. I'll post the cookbook, I'll take a picture of the recipe and send it to you guys, and you can kind of make it your own. I think what makes it so distinct is adding the tomato sauce and the apple cider in there. And it was good last night. I do prefer it without the potatoes, where my husband liked it better with the potatoes. I know sometimes I'm just not in the mood for real starchy food. But my husband's a very big pasta eater and potatoes, and I could totally do without that. Tonight, Jillian, my 11-year-old, was wanting the lemon spinach orzo carrot soup thing that I've made on here before, and I do need to use our carrots up, and so I figured I will just make that and bake some bread. I'm finally gonna bake some bread. It's about 18 degrees out, so it's perfect bread making weather. I got a couple errands to run first, and then when I get back, I'll get started on the bread. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I know I keep saying that I'm gonna do stuff and then I don't do it. Oops. So I do apologize. It's just my life gets crazy, but I do miss making vlogs, and I feel like when we first moved here and I didn't have all these crazy appointments and my life felt more put together, it was easier for me to stay consistent with vlogging and doing the things that I said I was going to do. And I think that's part of the reason why I've lost subscribers and I don't get as many views, because I just don't follow through. But I'm not ready to let my channel go, because like I said before, it's memories, and I'm glad that I have all of these family memories. But I was gonna get on here and just, this is totally off subject, and I think most of the community that follows me is around my age or the same age. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in March. I know I have a lot of younger followers, 20s as well. But so my doctor said I was post-menopausal. I feel like since I found that out, I feel like I'm in the throes of menopause though. I don't know how I'm post, because I am so hot. I got up last night and I had to take my sweatpants off because I was freezing when I got into bed, because we don't sleep with heaters on or anything like that. And then I was just burning up. I was so hot. I had to go splash cold water in my face and take the sweats off. And when I got up this morning, I was freezing again. And after 5 minutes of wearing my robe and slippers, I got up because I feed the animals and I let them outside and I make my coffee. I got really overheated again. And so by the time I was getting Kennedy up, the sweatshirt came off, and it's just my socks came off because I was just burning up. I wanted to go outside and just flop myself down in the snow naked. Of course, I didn't do that, but I wanted to. And my husband was looking at me like I was a crazy person, because it's, 12 degrees outside or whatever. It's freezing and I want to run around naked. And then when I went on my morning walk right now, I was freezing again, and I have that Raynaud syndrome, I think that's what it's called, where like I lose the blood flow in my fingertips and in my feet, and it's really painful and it hurts. So if I'm not careful about covering up with like mittens and double socks and stuff when it's this kind of weather, I could get frostbite easier. And I know a lot of people suffer with this condition. I've had it since Kennedy was born, and I think 2 of my kids now have it. But so when I first started out for my walk, of course I was so cold because there was like a wind and it's hitting your face, and you can't like take a deep breath because your lungs feel frozen and your nose hairs are frozen. And by the time we did 1 lap, like I was so hot, I was sweating, and I wanted to take my gloves off and I wanted to take my hat off, but I knew that if I did, that it would be bad. So to come home and sit down and calm myself. And the other thing is if I sit too long without moving, like I'm writing letters or doing the budget or anything like that, if I'm sitting too long, then my feet will start to turn white. Like it'll get that symptom, even if I have the heater on, like, because there's no like blood flow, like I constantly have to be moving. It's such a pain because I feel like I can't just relax unless I'm like laying down. Like I don't have time to like lay down. I can't just sit and like write a letter or, you know, watch TV or something, because then my feet hurt. I don't think that's related to menopause, but I thought I would throw that in there. I have to leave in 2 minutes. Another menopausal thing I have come to know, and tell me ladies, or men, I guess, if this happens to you, like when I was a teenager up until like my 30s, because I have dark hair, like I had where my arm hair, oh my sleeves, these sleeves don't roll up, isn't helping. Like you could see like my arm hair, like it was, you know, dark. I mean, I wasn't like super, super hairy, but you know, it was there. And I tended to have to shave my legs. Like in the summertime, I had to shave every single day, like, cause you would see it if I didn't shave. And same with like my armpit hair, I always had to shave every day. But now it's like, it's so weird. I can go like a week without shaving my legs, and there's like barely stubble. And the arm on my hair, yes, the arm on my hair, the hair on my arm, you can't even, I can't really show you because my sleeves won't roll up. You can barely see it. It's like disappeared. And like freckles I used to have are gone. And then it's replaced with other freckles that didn't used to be there. Like this, my skin is changing. I used to have kind of like combination skin, where now my skin is like really dry. And so I have to like wear a lot of moisturizer and put jojoba oil on my face. And again, my hair is still falling out. I'm taking the meds that she gave me, but it's she said it takes a while, to maybe like 3 months, so I'm still holding out hope. But I mean, look at how thin my ponytail is. I mean, there's like, I can like, when I straighten my hair, I just have to put it up like this and then just straighten this, like that's all my hair. It's one of the reasons why I've been wearing hats, like, because I don't have enough hair to really wear it down without it like having a ton of flyaways, because there's no weight to it. But then I don't have enough hair to really pull it back good either, because you always see like bald spots, because there's just not enough there. It's really disheartening, and it really makes me feel like it brings my self-esteem down, like where I feel like I'm not pretty anymore. And I don't know, like I'm tempted to like shave my head again. And so the weird thing like with the hair is like I'm losing it like where I don't want to be, and getting it where I don't want to have hair. Like all of a sudden, like I'll just be sitting there throughout my day, and then I'll feel like something pokey, and I'll get like these weird chin hairs. I'm like, what in the world? And like I'll be somewhere where I don't have tweezers, and so I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like touching it, and it'll drive me insane, you guys, insane. It bugs me so bad. And then when I finally can get to a mirror and get the tweezers, I can't flippin' find it. Like I'll touch it, I don't feel it, I can't find it. As soon as I'm away from the tweezers, it's like it plays hide and seek. Like purposefully, when it knows I'm looking in a mirror, it goes back into my skin. I don't know. It's just like I get these weird chin hairs, and sometimes I find them and I have to like pluck them out. Or sometimes, now this is really weird. I'm gonna tell you a really embarrassing story real quick before I have to leave. I'll get these weird like hairs that will grow out of my neck, like just one long hair. What in the world is that about? Why? So one time me and my husband were out to eat, and he's like, oh, you have a hair on you. And I think that time it was on my cheek. Like I'll get one on my cheek or on my neck, and it just happens like every now and then. So I'm constantly like looking to make sure that it's not there. And he's like, "Oh, you have a hair on you," and he went to get it off, and he's like, "Oh, it's not coming off." And then like he went to pull it, and it was like attached to my face. And I was like, "I'm so glad we're married, because if that would have been like a first date, I would have I would have died. That would have been so embarrassing, because no, it was just a hair, just some random hair growing out of my face. Like, what and why? Not fun. It's like, I feel like women, it's so unfair. Like, we have to bear the children. We have to be the one to grow boobs. We have to have periods. We have to go through hysterectomies. We have to go through menopause. Like, why? Like, what do men have to have besides getting like, I don't know, colonoscopy, whatever that's called, like, or maybe like a midlife crisis or a quarter life crisis. I mean, but like even women like get the midlife crisis. It's not fair. Anyway, okay, I gotta go.